Oh, hello, 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 hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, hi, hi, hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Mid. Okay.
So we got the treble, we got the bass, we got
It's all
the
about
mids.
the bass. Yep. Good.
Great. Glad we got that squared away.
And now, just for the Deranged Cat in the Deranged Cat's studio, the ultra high frequency. There we go.
Colin had a problem and a microphone to spare. Thomas took it up and so the podcast went to air. For weeks and months they trolled through every single DVD. They've unwrapped all the ones they can and now they're cellulose free. Now they're cellulose free.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Cellulose Free. My name is Colin, and with me as always is my fellow film watcher, compadre and son, Thomas.
Hi, hello.
What have you been up to?
On Friday, I went out and I saw the final episode of The Amazing Digital Circus, and it was alright. I was happy with how it wrapped up the series, and maybe could have done with another 10 minutes, but that was...
I'm nodding knowingly.
Yeah.
Because I have
the
no
people
idea
who know will know, and the people who don't won't.
No. And I'm in the latter.
Yeah.
I mean, here I was thinking that you were going to go and see Masters of the Universe.
No.
No,
I don't have any particular attachment to that, so...
Because I'd already ruled out Mandalorian, because I knew that you didn't have any particular attachment to that either.
Well, I haven't seen any of the series,
exactly.
So why would I?
I don't know.
And maybe that explains to some extent why it's doing so poorly.
Because you haven't seen the rest of the series. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Only things that I see go well.
I think it's got more to do with the fact that everyone's just over everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everything's over everything except for boutique content produced by YouTubers.
Right.
The Backrooms, that's done really well.
Yes.
Obsession, that was a YouTuber movie.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And made for, $700,000? Tiny budget, and it's made tens of millions.
There we go.
I haven't seen either of those films. They're horror films. Why would I go out to specifically see those?
I don't know.
And then on Sunday night, I watched the 30th running of the Red Bull Erzberg Rodeo, in which 500 people on motorcycles rode them all up and down a mine in Austria, and 15 of them finished.
Right.
Which is normal. Well, actually, it's a little more than normal for the 4-hour time limit.
Sorry, they drove them up and down
an iron mine in Austria.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's an open cut mine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had visions of them.
No. No, it used to be many years ago.
Oh, that tends to be the way.
But it's a pit now.
Right.
Yeah, and has been for at least 30 years.
Starting with how many did you say?
Well... First of all, about 1,300 people attempted to qualify through a time trial on the 2 days before.
Right.
500 people start in rows of 50, released every 2 minutes. And then 15, not 50, 15 people finished.
Right.
And that's above normal. That's more than expected, and I think the course will be made somewhat harder next year. So
they start at the top and go down to the bottom, or start at the bottom?
They start at the bottom, they go all over the place, through forests, through very bad rocks.
Right.
Like big ones and little ones. Up inclines with very loose soil.
Yeah.
Possibly too loose. The looseness that I would have expected to reduce the number of finishes. But didn't.
Right.
And 15 people finished.
Right.
Eventually you get back down into the pit at the end and you get a flag for finishing. And if you're on the podium, you get a big rock. And there is no prize money.
Okay. Okay, good.
And I had...
Isn't there another race like that?
Oh, probably.
But not on motorcycles?
Possibly thinking of the Paris-Roubaix cycling race, which has many cobble sectors, and at the end, if you're on the podium, you get a cobble.
No, I think I was thinking of a foot race type of deal, where they go through and it's a different place every time, and I don't know. I could be making that up.
Anyway, 15 people finished.
Yeah.
And I think I had a much better time watching that than anyone who was watching the Formula One race at Monaco, which was happening at the same time. In which from a field of 22, 15 drivers finished.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Yeah. Apparently, the track was breaking up in places, which probably should have stopped the race. Did it stop the race?
Yes.
No, because it's Monaco, and Monaco's prestigious, even though no useful racing has occurred there in many decades.
Right.
You go there and you qualify, and you end up in whatever position on the grid that you end up in, and that's probably the position that you're going to finish in. It is impossible to pass with how big the cars are.
Yeah.
But they go there anyway.
Yeah. It's so that the rich people can watch from their yachts.
And if any other track had broken up in the way that Monaco did this year, probably not go there again.
Right.
But they're going to go there again next year.
You write a strongly worded letter.
And the year after.
And tell them not to.
And they just sort of keep going.
Huh. Strongly worded letter, Thomas. You do it. Huh. Anything else?
Then on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because, it was the King's birthday on Monday.
Hip hooray.
There was a council meeting.
Oh, no, you're not going to... No.
Oh, no, I'm not going to go into the whole thing.
Good.
That would be...
Okay.
ridiculous.
Sum up in 100 words.
There was a council meeting which was scheduled for 6 p.m. and indeed it started at 6 p.m. and continued on until 9:30 p.m. Which is not when I watched it because I'd completely forgotten. And so instead, after a Nintendo Direct at midnight, I started watching at 1.5 times speed at 1 in the morning. And that took until 3:30. By which time I wasn't even done with the night, so...
Yeah. Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And then today I told you all about it.
You did.
And it took an entire container of trail mix. For you. I didn't
as my eyes glazed
mix.
over. Yes. Yes, it was gripping stuff, I tell you.
Yeah.
Good. I've saved you, dear listener.
So that was my week.
Good.
What was your week like?
I have no idea.
Great.
Can't remember anymore. There was a park run. I attended that, and I did. So my private health fund, if I jump through particular hoops, get a number of steps and move minutes and things like that per week, then you accrue points, and then you can use those points to buy gift vouchers for running shoe companies and things like that. But it also allows you to buy gift vouchers for parkrun merchandise.
Oh yeah.
And parkrun merchandise is quite expensive because it's basically the way that they fund themselves. Because anyone can participate. You don't need to have a parkrun shirt to be racing or anything like that. But there is infrastructure that needs to keep the thing running.
This all sounds very familiar to my experience with indie animation on YouTube.
Anyway, but I'd accrued all these points. And the only place that I'd used these points before was to buy some decent walking shoes, and then the agreement with the particular company that I bought those from stopped, so I couldn't go back to that place to buy my next set of shoes from. So I bought myself a nice big thick winter parkrun top, not having seen one to know what they're actually like, and and there being only two sizes. And first thing that I looked at was it suggested if you're below this height, get this one. And if you're above this height, get the larger one. And I was well and truly over the large height, so I got that. And it arrived, and you could fit two bodies in it. But it is warm, and I actually almost overheated on Saturday, even though it was quite cold that day. So it certainly works well, and it certainly stops the wind, and it is ostensibly waterproof, and it has a hood and what have you. And everyone went ooh and ah, except for those who said, it's a bit pretentious, isn't it? And I said, yes, it is, but I got it for free. Yeah, if you're paying money for it, it's $200 worth. So, yeah, worth. Sorry, it costs you $200 in money. To purchase, but I didn't spend a cent on it.
Yeah, the warm things tax.
But more specifically, the parkrun tax.
Well, yeah.
You know, they're charging $45 for a T-shirt. And again, recognising that buying the starters flags and it also contributes to each park run all across the world has a defibrillator, and they also have a specific fundraiser for buying those for park runs. And yeah, there's quite a bit of infrastructure and physical stuff that needs to be there in place to run a park run. And so I don't begrudge them that method of, you know, if you can afford it, you do so. If you can't, you don't. But there's certainly a lot of people who are wearing their I've completed 100 runs T-shirt, and I've completed my 25s and 50s, and yeah. Anyway, so did park run, and in keeping with the goal that I set myself at the beginning of the year, that I would attempt to go for a swim on a day in each month, allowing me to pick what day that I do that. And I can have multiple days, and certainly did in January and February. But yes, I went for my swim for June today.
Great.
And it was cold.
Yeah.
But surprisingly not as cold as I was expecting. And I could have stayed in the water longer, except that a very large rainstorm was approaching, and I had to walk out from where I was swimming and realised that I'd gone well prepared for a swim, but not well prepared for getting rained upon afterwards. But it all worked out. What was a challenge was swimming back in, because I said, right, I am swimming out to one of the orange buoys and swimming around that and coming back in. But there was a very strong offshore wind, so the swim back was quite a struggle. So I got a bit of exercise there. But yes, I can tick June off. And
I was worried you were going to say you'd signed up for the nude solstice swim towards the end of the month.
Look, you have to be right on the buzzer to do that these days. No, I did not. I have half contemplated it a couple of times, but yeah, it's become such a fatty thing that... Yeah. Anyway, we have a film to watch.
We do. And it's the Herbie film with the criminals in it, as opposed to any of the Herbie films with criminal activity in them.
That's right. And no doubt it's got tobacco use in it as well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Which one are we watching today?
We are watching Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo.
So not Herbie Goes to Monaco. Yeah, Monte Carlo. That's where we're going.
It is.
Please tell our dear listeners what it is ostensibly about.
Gonna read the short one.
Good.
Herbie tries to lose jewel thieves and find love during a road race from Paris to Monte Carlo. Contains tobacco depictions.
We're watching it on Digny Plug.
Yep.
Funnily enough. We're going to watch it, and we're going to come back and talk about it. So we shall catch you on the flip side.
Turn to side B.
insert some bug-related blurb right here, you mongrel. So, what did you think?
It's better than Rides Again.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does tread a lot of the same ground as the first one.
Including using the same gags on a number of occasions, yes.
Yeah. I think I said that, much of the film was focused on this one race, and said one race is maybe the back third of it.
Yeah, it does take a very, very, very long time to actually get started.
Well, we've got to get through the qualifying, and the second qualifying. And there's the diamond plot going on around it.
The love interest car-wise,
I said that the last episode of The Amazing Digital Circus could have done with 10 minutes more. This could have done with, 10, 15 minutes less.
I would have suggested 20 minutes less. Yeah. I did start nodding off on occasions again.
We're just repeatedly bouncing back and forth between the race plot and the heist plot, and both could have done with a couple less beats.
Yeah.
There's only so many times you can see Herbie passing the same few cars that...
I'm sure there are a couple of shots that they repeated there.
We need the problems in the middle in order to cover for passing the same few cars over and over and over again.
And again, there was some good car stunt work, which wasn't in the second movie.
Yeah.
But it was almost as if, I guess they had lots of letters saying, look, there was no racing in the second movie. And so, well, let's double up on that and have lots of zoomies, and even the zoomies start getting a bit tiresome.
That's what I'd say. On a technical level, I think this is at least as good as the original film. On a plot level, well, the plots of these films have been okay at best.
Yeah, and I must confess that, again, target audience-wise, I don't know whether that would have had the 8 to 10-year-olds entertained enough, and yet the adults who are sitting next to them would also have been bored as well. So I don't know. It just needed tightening up so much. Even for the period, it was plodding. Mm-hmm. Really, really plodding. And a whole heap of gags just did not hit either. And a lot of that had to do with timing. There was no timing in a lot of places. Shots held for far too long, and I don't know.
Yeah. At this point,
yes,
dear listener, I would usually be saying, come back in 4 weeks and we'll see what happens when we go to, I think, South America for Herbie Goes Bananas.
Uh-huh.
But 4 weeks from now, we will be on hiatus.
We will.
Yeah.
Because
we haven't revealed this before, but...
timing-wise, I hadn't even thought of the fact that we have just been in France.
Yeah.
And this household will be back to France in 4 weeks' time.
I specifically am taking the period of the Tour de France off.
Yes.
And as a bonus, he gets to have the time off also.
Aren't I lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there'll be a little longer wait for more Herbieing.
Yeah, come back in 7 weeks for Herbie Goes Bananas. Which we'll see.
How many years apart is Herbie Goes Bananas and what we've just sat through?
That's a good question. This was 1977.
Yeah.
3 years after the last one.
Yeah.
Herbie Goes Bananas, 1980.
Okay.
So 3 years later, And we are, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we are once again throwing out all of the surrounding cast and working with whatever we can get our hands on.
Yeah.
But,
I can't help but thinking, when you mention that this came out in 1977, and think of what movie also came out in 1977 that would have got the kids on the edge of their seats more.
Mm-hmm.
And,
So something to do with a 20th century Fox fanfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that.
No.
And I must confess that sidekick-wise, he was the one that I remembered most.
Yeah.
And so in the first movie, with the sidekick there, I was thinking, he's just not 1977's sidekick. Sorry, I can't remember any names here.
That's okay.
But I must admit that when we got to 1977's sidekick, I was sort of feeling like, gee, I wish we had 1960, whatever it was, as sidekick back. Because rating-wise, okay, good.
This has so far been quite a re-evaluation of films I'm quite sure we loved and watched multiple times back in the day.
Very much so. The DVDs were out on rotation quite heavily. And I say that in that I would pop them on for you and leave you to it.
Yeah.
And obviously, you certainly sat through them over and over again, but I didn't.
Yeah.
There is only so much of it you could take.
Yeah.
How strange.
Anyway, come back to this in 7 weeks. See how it goes. Spoiler alert, I suspect not particularly well, but...
we shall see. Anyway, if you've got nothing else, we shall move on.
The following segment has no title. Thank you.
And we will start over on Discord with Entuosferatu.
Hi, Entuosferatu.
Who says, I am caught up again.
Hooray!
Glad that Colin is rediscovering the joy of non-phone booth related walking.
It really has been good. I did not mention at the beginning as to whether I hit any phone booths, and I do confess that there were a couple that I happened to be in the neighbourhood of that would put a thorn in the side, that I did so.
That other cell is somewhat of a behemoth at this point.
Yeah, it is, but there are a whole heap of new kids on the block and that are causing all sorts of problems, and I think it's just splintering, and all the early starters are feeling a little and we're not going to be able to hold any of this for much longer. So it could well explode in a puff of, no, we've had enough, which is sort of unfortunate in that there are people who are now getting deeply into developing a proper iOS app for it, and on the Discord you're seeing all this conversation of what can I add to this, and any suggestions for that, and there is certainly a community there, but I think by the time, and I could be wrong, but just the staying power I don't think is going to be there. All of these, it's sort of, as people pile in at one end, people are falling off at the other end. And I haven't seen other games of similar ilk be so much a case of in one end and out the other so quickly. So,
And Twosfarashi continues. Comment for a few episodes back when Thomas was hinting at Now You See Me Too. Gonna guess that Colin's Not That One then was the same as what I was thinking based on the hints until that moment, the Tron series.
And I'm trying to remember what I was thinking.
Not that I expect you to remember anything from a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay then, good. I am forgiven for not remembering. Yeah. I remember the process.
Yeah.
But I can't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
what I was thinking. I would have to listen to it again, and I didn't.
Red Planet, $80 million budget, TV movie effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see if next week's Herbie sequel is Cars plus Snatch, and whether that would be any good. Also, I should watch Snatch again, but not Cars. That was someone's favourite movie from age 2 to 5, so I think I've seen it enough for a lifetime.
Sort of like Herbie, when, yes. Although Cars certainly did get its fair rotation going on, and it didn't grab me, I must admit, even less so the sequel.
Well,
Anyway.
the sequel didn't grab anyone much.
No.
Over on YouTube, M.
Hi, M.
Near impossible to say quote-unquote worthy generative AI use is a thing at this point, no matter the reason. With the ethics and environmental concerns, it'd be better to do literally anything else. Stubbornly on my anti-AI soapbox, sorry.
And good for you. And I would like to point out that after last week's episode, I have handwritten with my own brain the alt text for my photos that I've been posting each day.
And was it as hard as you thought it would be?
It wasn't hard. It was more and I think that's got to do with the fact that I'm posting it in more places than I really should be. And I've even cut that back down, and I think I'm going to drop probably Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Because it's not...
No traction?
No traction. You get the occasional something jumps out at a certain group of people, and I get some likes, or a random interesting comment, and I think, oh, okay, maybe things are happening. And I don't know, when I say things are happening, I don't have any particular agenda. I have no intention of become internet famous.
I want to post my photos.
Yeah. One of the things that I've found is, I've been posting some fairly average photos, but just because the subject I find interesting, but composure and the fact that they've been taken with a phone camera that is fairly average, which is really weird because it's the same camera setup that the Samsung flagship.
Yep.
The whole camera setup has been used for numerous iterations, and it's exactly the same gubbins. They haven't really made any particular advances, but have been relying on AI more and more to tweak the images that the same cameras are producing. So
here's some things that didn't happen when you took this shot.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so yes, as far as just that added length of time to create that, and then having to post it in numerous places, something again has got to give because of that. And but I can proudly say that AI has not been used in the last 7 photo descriptions. Good on me. Yes, the more and more that I read of just the absolute destruction that these AI machines are using up, and the impact on the environment, and the fact that it's still not making any profit at all. Yeah. And they're having to replace so many graphics units when the next model comes out. Anyway, it's just an ugly consumerist monster. Anyway.
Since 2026, seems like it's 0 for 2 on good films about Mars here. Maybe a third one would be the charm?
Oh,
Not an actual recommendation.
All right, then.
Which will take us up to the guesses.
It will.
Entos Fratu says this week's vowel removal guess, Rd Planet. That's RD Planet. And M says Red Planet. That's Red PLNET. And I can say that one of those is correct.
One of them is correct, indeed.
And it's the one that removes the A. Congratulations, M, on your arbitrary point.
Well done. Hurrah! It's ugly. It's horrible. It's ghastly.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you just have to forget about one of the subjects of the title.
Yes, you do.
Just
something had to give.
Just completely ignore it.
Yeah.
And also, could I say that again?
You can, yes. Yes.
Yes, and also spell the subject that you do bring in wrong.
So that it can fit somewhat.
Yeah, that's... Well, wrong in the normal sense that, there's only so many characters to go around, but also wrong in the actual spelling sense.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pig's breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to make a file name guess...
which I would say, if anyone actually gets this week's one, we'll get 2 arbitrary points. Twice as many because it's so ugly.
That seems unnecessarily arbitrary, but
look,
I'm not keeping track of it.
No.
So who cares?
Yeah.
If you want to make a file name guess, because you do care, or a film suggestion, or...
Because you do care.
Or because you do care, yeah. Or a comment on our commentary, or the film that we've watched this week, or the film that we'll watch next week.
Yeah.
Because you care.
Yeah. Or even if you don't.
Or even if you don't.
Yeah.
Send us your uncaring responses.
Yeah, look, even if the comment is, I just don't care.
In all of the usual places.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Or not.
Yeah, we'd, if your comment was, I care a little bit, that would feel a little better.
Yeah.
I think we'll move on.
Yeah.
Pick a film for next week so we can go to bed.
And I believe what you have lined up over there is a commercial and critical failure about a Mars mission from the year 2000.
No, we did that 2 weeks ago.
No, this is a different one. This is the one from March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this one actually came out.
Like half a year.
Yeah, before
the one that we've
Red
already
Planet.
watched.
Yes. So it's not Red Planet. We've already done that.
Yeah.
We already suffered through that. And so I am now subjecting Thomas to a film that I do not think he's seen either.
No, I suspect not.
Okay.
So it's about a Mars mission.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to read the plot description and see if you can get it.
Yeah.
When the first manned mission to Mars...
Oh, that was it. That was the title of the film. This film about a Mars mission is called Mission to Mars.
When the first manned mission to Mars meets with a catastrophic and mysterious disaster after reporting an unidentified structure, a rescue mission is launched to investigate the tragedy and bring back any survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it differentiates itself.
It does.
From the other one by being a rescue mission. So that's nice.
Well, I mean, there sort of was a rescue in the one that we... Anyway, that's what we're watching next week. Mission to Mars. We hope that you can join us. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
You have been listening to Cellulose Free. Your hosts were Colin, who produces and edits the show, and Thomas, who makes the artwork and music. Cellulose Free is recorded in the Deranged Cat Studios in scenic Tasmania, Australia. We keep track of our extensive physical media collection through My Movies, which we highly recommend. You can find links to that, as well as other places you can find us in the show notes. Cellulose Free is a Hi Hello production.
And you know what I failed to mention?
Oh, yeah?
In the whole swimming saga?
Yeah.
The way that my mind thought, thinking about, I should mention that, it went right down a rabbit hole, working out exactly how far south we are compared to various places in the world are north.
Yeah.
To give them an idea of, okay, I'm swimming in the second week of June, which would be the equivalent of the second week of December, swimming on the coast of Oregon, sort of the southish end of the coast of Oregon, or there's actually a beach on the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Okay.
So the beach that I swam on is pretty much at the same latitude.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah. As far north as we are south.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for the rest of the world, that's very American-centric.
Yeah.
Actually, let's make it topical.
Okay.
And talk about a French location.
Uh-huh.
And that would be Corsica.
Oh, okay.
Birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte.
Mm-hmm. This is a mighty long walk for a post-credits bit.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's where my mind headed, and I was going to mention that when I mentioned I went swimming, just so the people would go, okay, second week in December going swimming in those places, would I do that? Mind you, when I did go swimming, I was thinking about two of my sisters who went swimming down in Antarctica, which sort of makes it all a bit moot, doesn't it?
Well, it's another thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing between here and Antarctica, so we get all the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm stopping.
Good call.
Yeah.
Above normal. That's
So
more than expected, and I think the course will be made somewhat harder next year.
I don't know why, but you're disappearing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no good.
Yeah. Can you check up its skirt, please?
Yeah, I can upskirt the microphone.
Ew.
No, it should be fine.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shield's a little out of whack, but...
Huh.